When we meet Kes in the first episode of Voyager, she's being tortured by the Kazon. This is foreshadowing. Neelix cons Voyager into rescuing her, and she becomes part of the crew. She studies medicine with a doctor and acts as the ship's nurse. She maintains the aeroponics bay to grow food for the crew. She has a nebulous romantic relationship with Neelix that makes me very uncomfortable. And when she discovers that Ocampa have mental powers, the Voyager crew is very supportive and very encouraging. Tuvok even personally trains her to develop her telekinetic powers, and it's the worst thing that ever happened to her. There were probably a few red flags, like when they find a bunch of Ocampa outside the homeworld that show her how powerful she can be. Well, okay, we only see one of them, but we're told there are hundreds. He teaches her how to boil water with her brain, and that's a pretty cool trick. Hey, Tuvok, watch me boil this water. Oops, that's too hot. Jesus Christ! Oh my god, she killed Tuvok. Oh no. Nah, he's okay. The doctor waved a little wand in front of his face, so he's good. But light duty only for the next 2 days. No, you're just totally fine then? Great. She also gets off on killing all the plants in the aeroponics bay, which is pretty uncool, but honestly an improvement after melting Tuvok's face off. But later, coincidentally at the exact same time a new young blonde woman joined the crew, Kes's powers grew so rapidly that her atomic structure destabilized and she started blowing up the ship. Kes leaves in a shuttlecraft and sends the ship 9,000 light years in a few seconds. Her final gift to the Voyager crew as she ascends to a new phase of existence where, surely, all her dreams will come true. Nope, it's horrible. So 3 years later, Kes comes back. It turns out this incredible goal she committed her life to was a really bad time.
You encouraged me to develop my mental abilities. I wasn't ready. But what I found, I couldn't control it.
Her new plane of existence twists her into a villain hell-bent on saving her younger self and taking revenge on Captain Janeway. She goes back in time and sells Voyager out to the Vidians, back when the Vidians were a thing. And then Janeway kills her. They make a plan with young Kes to remind herself when she comes back later who she was, so she doesn't try to kill everyone this time. Right? Yeah. And it works. So, great. She doesn't want to murder. That's a big improvement. But that still doesn't change the part where her mental powers sent her into some kind of hell that destroyed her life.
These years were so filled with confusion and anger.
They couldn't have known that the first time around. But that's still a real bummer. There's something very real about working towards something your entire life, and when you finally get it, you realize you hate it. Ocampa only lived 9 years, so she spent a lot of the early part being tortured by Kazon, then spent a few cool years on Voyager, and then it was back to torture. But, mental this time. And now that Kes knew about her bleak future from the start, she does it anyway. Develops the mental powers, melts Tuvok's face off, Jesus Christ! And faces out of reality with a big smile. On the one hand, this does give her more agency. She knows how it's going to turn out, but why do it? And Tuvok knows about what happens, but he trains her anyway. I don't know what to do with that. Is somebody at fault here? He is enabling a behavior that he knows will be ultimately self-destructive, but should he deny her what she really wants? It's a lot to think about. I don't know exactly what the final title of this video will be, but there's a pretty good chance it will throw Captain Janeway under the bus unfairly. Obviously, none of the characters had any reason to believe cool Jedi powers would ultimately be a bad thing. Or maybe I changed it and this part makes no sense. Okay. However you look at it, it really sucks to be Kes. Sometimes. When you break it down over a 9-year lifespan, she spent 3 years loving life on Fun Times party ship Voyager, then another 1 or 2 years hanging out with the Ocampans after her final episode. That's only like 50% suffering overall, and for a character on a long-running dramatic TV show, that's actually pretty good. We should all be so lucky.